Kamangunenyun ale mi chamegen en uterile mi boroindo age na kitwetwan kibagenge en betutab rani Jumamos nebo tarikit 28 arawet noton nebo somok kenyitab 2026 en uterile mi itagat en logoiwek choton chokichobun en betutab rani. Producer nemiten control room ko Alan Kipchirchir, chito nemiten camera ko noton Lesantro Korir. Itagat en logoichuton kigurenon Kibet Korir. Karibu kebetwan kibagenge. Kitaunen logoiwekyok county nebo Narok sub county nebo Emurua Dikirr ole kokimuch keyai lewenisiet en betutab amut nebo chamait noton nebo UDA netetat koborchigei koik MP en komosoton en tarikit 14 arawetab mut en kenyiniton kotinygei ak kabetet nebo sobet noton nebo MP nebo Emurua Dikirr John Ngeno. Kotinygei ak kibagengeit nebo chamait nebo UDA kokoimuch kobarasta David Keter ne naat en kainet Dollarline kokoimuch kobelis kosindan nekoborchingei kecheranaton ak alak mut neboto Bernard Ngeno ne naat ko Bulu, Cheloske ak Bernard Kibet Faruk anan Rotich Faruk ne koimuch konyor akine kuraisiek. Dollarline ko koimuch konyor kuraisiek cheitito 10,349 kosibu Bernard Ngeno nekotinye kuraisiek 13,394. Namba somok koko Joseph Koech nekotinye 220. Rotich Kibet kokotinye 84. Patrick Koech kotinye 29. Saitoti John 20 ak Robert Lekuta kokotinye 7. Kotinygei ak rubeiwot nebo ine ne namu ngalekab lewenisiet en chamaitab UDA noton ko Veronica Chebet kokoimuch kobarasta David Keter koik ine newendi konamu boroindo noton nebo koborchigei konyor kecheret nebo MP ak alage chekoimuch kochut chamaisiek alak cheboto DCP ak PNU. Veronica Chebet ko rubeiwot noton nebo kecheret en kibagengeit nebo lewenisiet en chamait nebo UDA.
We're going to start by reading their names. We have Saitoti John, 7 votes. We have Rotich Kibet K, 4 votes. We have Robert Koech Lebut, 7 votes. We have Patrick Koech, 5 votes. We have Joseph Kiprono Koech, 3 votes. Okay, those are the valid votes in words. I am now going to give you the valid votes that were casted today, and we are going to get the winner. I am going to start once again by giving you by their names. We start by John Saitoti, 20 votes. Rotich Kibet K, 84 votes. Robert Koech Lebut, 7. Patrick Koech, 29. Joseph Kiprono Koech, 220 votes. David Kipsang Keter, 13,749. Bernard Koech Ngeno, 13,394.
David Keter ne ine kokoimuch kobelis en chamainoton bo UDA kokoimuch kowekyi kongoi meng'ik chebo sub county nebo Emurua Dikirr chekoimongen kolewen ine konom nafas noton neborchingei koik MP en komosoton koboisien chamait nebo UDA. komwa ine kole kikoborchigei ngecheranan en kasarta negoi ole koimuch koik kabelindet kon kobel Bernard Ngeno ne naat en kainet age Bloom. Kamwa ine kole bendi koyumi meng'ik tugul chebo sub-county nebo Emurua Dikir akoyai boisiet tugul kibagenge en ole kibakagen Mheshimiwa John Ngeno nekimuch kobet sobet en tarikit 26 arawetab oeng kenyiniton en nyasutiet nebo ndegeit.
When I was addressing the media, so first of all, I want to thank the people of Logoiywekab for conducting this election in a very peaceful way. I also want to thank the people of Logoiywekab for their peaceful campaign. I want also to thank the people of Logoiywekab for nominating me as a UDA nominee. I also want to thank the UDA party for conducting this by-election in a free, fair, and credible way. Lastly, I really embraced the parliamentary system because they were very fast, and the system when it was very fast, and the only problem we encountered was some of the IDs were unable to be captured very easily, and I would like to tell the UDA party to get us an alternative way when an ID is not captured. We should have an alternative way of capturing of registering the votes. Otherwise, I don't have mind to say. I just want to say thank you,
Koimuch komongen akichek alak en MCAs chebo wardit nebo Ilgerin Ololmasani ak Kapsasian koboto Mogondo kondochin Ezekiel ne ine ko MCA nebo wardit nebo Ilgerin ak kowekyi kongoi icheket che koimuch kokochi boroindo David Keter koborchigei kecheret nebo MP en chamait nebo UDA. Kotingen ak Ezekiel komwa kowekyi kongoi meng'ikab komosoton en kong'ong kole koibarta icheket demokrasia nenywan nebo kolewen kiongozi noton netinye maget nemie en biikab Emurua Dikir. Farouk Kibet nekoborchingei kecheranaton kora ko koimuch kowekyi kongoi meng'ikab komosoton.
I was participating. Thank you so much. I will try next time. Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir. Yes. Thanks for such participating in such a competitive election. I also want to appreciate our party UDA for conducting such a free, fair, and credible by-election. We believe in 2027, we believe that the same machines or gadget will be used. We appreciate the people of Emurua Dikir for standing the dollar line and keeping support, and most important is the peaceful election which was conducted. So I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you very much, for thinking. On behalf of all the supporters here, our community, I wish to say that we are very much grateful this combination will actually our democratic practices in this country. It will bring us together, the people of Logoiywekab in once. And as we go forward, we are saying we are grateful for this stage.
I just want to tell you that dollar line that we will start with you. We will start with you here and move on. We will start together and uniting our people.
Yekiistoengei logoiwek chebo lewenisiet en Emurua Dikir kebwone akoi county nebo Kericho ole koimuch kowongei chikilisiet nebo kenai tos amune anan kit nekiyai ngot kobet sobet biik 14 chekibwochin kokikimuten komosta age ak inyokekonor en county nebo Kericho komosta noton nebo Makaburini nemi en county inoton kotingei ak chikilisiet nekokiyai kokoiborgei kele biik alak en bichoton 14 kokimuch kobet sobet kotingei ak miondo nebo pneumonia, hypertension ak mionwek choton chebo sukaruk en kwenutab mionwek alak. Kachobwech logoichuton Vincent en county nebo Kericho akoibwech logoichuton.
Betusiek aeng kipchulyo en komosta nekikonoren muswek nebo Kericho. Wikit agenge kocheng'e imanit afisaekab DCI ak eng'indet nebo serikalit anan pathologist Dr. Richard Njoroge akobo biik 33 chemwaat kele kikonor en oret nemonyolu. Ole en betutab raini ko kakisuldaen chikilisiet nebo biik 8 asikong'ong kit nekitestai. Ole kamwa eng'indetab serikali Richard Njoroge kole borwek chekakiyochi chikilisiet koiboru kole tugul 8 ko murenik ako alak kokoimuch kobet sobet en oratinwek cheterter.
One body died from choking of his own secretions. The second one had hypertensive heart disease. We had 2 cases which were so severely decomposed that it was impossible to ascertain the cause of death. The third one died of pneumonia. He had severe signs of pneumonia. The other one had severe septicemia. Septicemia is a severe infection. The other one died from a clot in the lung following what we call pulmonary thromboembolism. So he had multiple clots within the lung which choked him and the blood could not circulate.
En kasaratan ko kamwa kole en kebeberwek 6 chebo borwek choton cheu eunek ak kelyek ko iboru kole kikitil en sipitali anan amputation amun en amuneisiek cheterter.
We had 4 legs, 2 hands. These were all amputation specimens. They had surgical marks of being amputated. So we'll not call them bodies, we'll call them amputation specimens because they were amputated from living patients. All had chronic pathology, ulcers, gangrene, and others. So these were people who were very, very sick, and there was no option other than to amputate their limbs.
Kokoimuch kosuldaen ak kokon report nebo lagok 26 chekokiyochi postmortem ako inguni kokotokchigei konyek tugul afisaekab DCI asikenai kit neisibu. Vincent Cheruiyot, Nenyon TV.
Yekiistoengei logoiwek chebunu county nebo Kericho ketokchinigei agoi county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet ole kakomong'en senator nebo county inoton William Kisang akosome konyoe kowekyigei boisionik kasarta netesetai serikalitab county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet ak ng'ololutik asikimuch keker magutik chemokyingei ichek. Kotingei ak Kisang komwa kole kikikon court order nebo kotestai ichek ole kamwa senator inoton kole wendi kokere kole kakimuch kisuldaen magutik chekwaket chebo konyorchigei melekwek chemokyingei asikomuch kotestai komie en oret neititaat en ng'alek chetinyegei ak konyoiset. Kokotestai konyoik en county inoton nebo Elgeyo Marakwet kongelelchi boisienywan kit nekokomuch kong'em boisionik choton chebo konyoiset en sipitalisiek cheterchin en county inoton nebo Elgeyo Marakwet.
We want to ask our doctors from ICRH, from Elgeyo Marakwet County, please report back to work as by the court order. Gotten a court order for you to come back to work, and then we negotiate. We negotiate, you come to a round table and discuss how the county can pay you. Because if they don't have the money, it's not possible that you continue being on strike and our patients continue suffering. They came up with policies to promote doctors beyond the current highest job group without looking at the capacity, financial capacity of the county. Because ours, if you go to Sholo, you go to Elgeyo Marakwet County, you go to Tharaka Nithi, you go to Vika, they are even struggling Most of the medical workers are what they call locum. Others are being taken as casuals. You want to promote the highest specialists to the level of adding salary of a governor, and then his other colleague who has just graduated maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5 years ago is earning about 20,000 or 30,000 as a casual.
Down to the tools, they could have come to the county assembly even so that we can be mediators between the executive and the union. Let us not be rushing to down the tools because our people are suffering, and the same people we are paid to serve them are the ones who are suffering. So please, I request our doctors to be patient sometimes.
Yekistoengei logoiwek chebo county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet keweksei agoi county nebo Kericho ole koimuch konyor chamchinet factories chenootin ko satellite factories nebo koteleljigei en ng'alek nootin ko separation of accounts en factories cheterchin en county nebo Kericho. Koindochi tetutyonoton sirindet neo en ministry nebo kabatisiet Dr. Paul Kiprono nekoimuch kokochi chamchinet factories cheboto nebo Toror, Chelal, Tebesonik, Gelitein en kwenutab factorisiek alak asikomuch koteleljigei ak kotestai ak boisionikwak chebo atkan tugul joton chebo ng'oisetab chaik ak bonus joton chebo temikwak. Kotinygei ak Dr. Paul Kiprono komwa kole tesetai serikali kobun ministry noton nebo kabatisiet koker kole kakimuch kikimit ng'alek choton chetinyegei ak oliet nebo chaik asikomuch koboiboenchi boisionik choton chebo kabatisiet nebo chaik temik en counties cheterchin en emoni. Factory nebo Toror ak nebo Chelal ko kokimuch kikochi age tugul chamchinet nebo kunam boroindo noton nebo kondochi factories chechwaget, ole factory nebo Kapkatet ak nebo Tebesonik nebo Litein en kwenutab factories alage ko kokimuch kikochi chamchinet noton nebo kunam boroinwek choton chebo koket factories chekwak en oret ne inegen. Kinyoru reporter nenyonet Vincent kokone logoichuton en koindo.
Kong'olole yekan korutechi factorisiek chebo chaik chebo Toror en Ainamoi, Chelal en Bureti ak Tebesonik kole kaimuch kokochi certificate nebo koteleljigei factorisiek choton, ole en inguni kowendi kibestos factorisiek choton, komwa sirindet nebo kabatisiet Kiprono kole niton ko oret agenge nebo kikimit temikab chaik.
Na kwa sababu umekubali separation, tulisema mkiseparate hiyo factories yenye iko na shida tutawasaidia, na tutaona factory yote inataka kirakakani ili apate usaidizi kutengeneza majani chai mzuri yenye hata ukiuza quality iko juu. So ili tuhakikishe kwamba mkulima ya Kenya ya majani chai amepata haki vile rais ametuwakilisha na ameweka mpango yake.
En kasaratan, komwa sirindet Kiprono kole wendi serikalit konemu chepkondokab toretet cheite bilion 3.5 koityi factorisiek 19, ole wendi konyoru Toror factory milion 76, Tegat konyoru milion 80 ak Chelal factory konyoru milion 123.
Na tukiongea saa hii pesa imewekwa kwa account 3.5 billion imewekwa kwa budget, na kuendelea mbele hiyo pesa ni kusaidia hizo factories kwa value addition ili wakulima wa majani chai wasiteseke na maneno ya loan factories. The 19 all factories, tafadhali msiseme ni loan mpaka unaanza kukata tena mkulima. Hiyo ni grant. Na wakulima mkiona mtu anakata kusema alichukua loan kwa serikali, piga nduru. Rabise tukikuonu amache kuteleji teapot asana yagele kagay manit. So teapot kotelejini kogeri kole tuguk chekakiago choton peit ko noton ageyai tuguk tugul ingomure chun kinyoru commissioneni.
Kaboisien kasaraton kokon kateunet koityi biik cheimuche koboisien factory koker kole kayai imanit amat konyalil temik.
Chi age tugul boisie factory okoitie cha okoitoche bonus okometie chai ana itoche bonus yesire chai ku teapot ama inge teapot chu report noton iger ile mi ngale joton konyolu kerat akomwa kole kiit yoe choton tugul awekinoitono wakulima.
Vincent Cheruyat, Nenyon TV.
Koko missing Vincent in county nebo Kericho. Ngele ko tokinigei logoiwek alak tuyet kibagengeit nebo lewenisiet ak amaretab kiwotoshek IEBC ak sirikab logoiwek chesikimuch keker kele kakicheng tetutik choton chebo kinet biikab emet ngalek choton chetinyegei ak piretab kura ak siretab gei kasarta nekitokyingei lewenisiet neo nebo kenyitab 2027. Kotingen ak kondoik chebo kibagengeit nebo IEBC komwoe kole nyolu en biikab emet komong'e asikomuch kosirgei ole kokisom korik choton chebo kabarastautik koker kole katoret kibagengeit noton koamda logoiwek choton chebo komong'e biik kosirgei en lewenisiet noton nenyonen.
The ECVR is taking registration down to the people at the ward level, where the clerks will be able to capture as many people as possible and get the Kenyans where they are and where they are working from.
We have the time, the tools, and now the roadmap. Let us use these 17 months to ensure that by 2027, the only thing breaking in the news is the record of the most transparent election in Kenyan history. Let's get to work, and for heaven's sake, if you haven't registered, do so on Monday.
Media is supposed to be engaged in issues of elections, because at the end of the day, people look up to us on what we are going to do, and exactly that is what the public expect of us. So we hope that this MOU will help.
What are we offering? In this voter registration, we are offering three services actually. First of all is the capture of those people who have not been registered. The second one is if anybody would want to transfer his or her votes to the place that you will be at 2027 election. And the third one is any corrections, change of particulars, correction of your name or ID, anything that you think that should be corrected. Registration clerks, we have voter registration assistants, 1,450, one per ward, and then constituency ICT, 290 of them, and Huduma Center clerks, 162. Be at the universities and colleges in this country. We have 145 kits for that purpose.
Tesetai kobitu terchinet neo en kibagengeit nebo chamait nebo ODM en kondoik choton chekipcheage chemiten en chamait noton neboto kondoindet noton endochin chamait noton Oburu Odinga en kwenutab kondoik alak ak cheikochin kosibet chamait noton koboisien kibagengeit nenaat ko Linda Mwananchi. Kotingen age Oburu Odinga age lakwet noton nebo Raila Amolo Odinga komwoe kole tesetai kong'etu en serikalit noton nebo broad based government en kong'ong kole ichege kokimiten en serikalit kasarta nekimwochi Raila Amolo Odinga korobeun serikalit nemiten en nguni nebo President Ruto. Kotingen age Oburu komwoe kole tetutik chetinye serikalitab President Ruto en chamait nebo UDA kokergage choton chemiten en chamait noton nebo ODM.
All of you know that we came through the window in this broad-based government, and we were left there by my brother Raila Amolo Odinga. He's the one who left us there, and we are going to continue to be there up to 2027. But before then, we are starting negotiations to prepare ourselves, because elections is 2027, which is next year. We cannot just sit back and wait for 2027 and then we start moving and negotiating. We have to do it as an organized party and a disciplined party. We have to start those negotiations early, and because of the authority you have given us, we are now going to move fast and see if we can agree with order. And we are going to put our principles. One of them was state.
She goes to the market, she sells her vegetables to feed her 2 children. She's dreaming of a better life. I feel this party, we may have forgotten her. But Aisha, we have not forgotten you. Well, your journey is what will inspire us. We are coming back to help you. Down the road here, I got a message from a boy called James. He had studied computer science. He was filled with ambitions, hopes, and dreams. James cannot find a job. He's now walking on the streets. James asks for a new ODM. We must be that new ODM. There's another lady who sent me a message called Wavinya. She makes jewelry in the city here. She feels that the party, we have left her behind. We must create a new ODM that brings all these people on board. These stories that I'm saying reflect the struggles of millions of people in this country. When we talk about the new ODM that we envision, we want a party that opens doors and not closes them. We want a leadership that listens to our concerns and acts.
In kasaraton komwa Senator nebo County nebo Nairobi Edwin Sifuna nendochin kibagenge tage nebo chama inoton nat kulinda mwananchi age governor nebo County nebo Siaya James Orengo kuleteseta ichege kuchengin imanda ichege chemiten en chama inoton nebo ODM kotingeen age Sifuna kumwa kole en nguni komatinye kayweishet age tugul en ngololutik choton chekiimuch koibe alak en kandoik chebo chama inoton nebo kosto ine komakosirindet en chama inoton nebo ODM en komostanyin komwa Orengo kole tesetai kosimchin biikab emet koker kole kabit imanda ako matkitumdo meron en or age tugul mising ichek kimiten en serikalit nebo President Ruto en ichek kikistoki anan en ichek chekiimuch kong'et en katuyetab ke nebo broad based government.
Raila Amolo Odinga. Those are the guys meeting out there. Those are what I understand is a new word of, they are scavengers. They are charlatans. They are lackeys. They are reactionaries. And I ask you, I want to repeat what Godfrey Osotsi said. And there was a speech that was made by Malcolm X many years ago when he asked, is it the ballot or the bullet? Is it the ballot or the bullet? We must ask ourselves that question. We must ask ourselves that question. And nasikia mambo ya risasi hapo. Risasi ya mguu. Tembea kama umepigwa risasi kwa mguu. Tuko kadi. Tuko kadi. I want to tell you that if you read the Kenyan Constitution properly, we have the alternative of waiting until 2027. But you also have the alternative of reclaiming the sovereign right of the people and determine now what kinyang'anywa nafasi yoyote. Mimi naamini kama ile miaka ambayo wanaimba ililiwa na nzige, mutanirudishia yote 2027. Kwa hivyo hakuna mtu anavaa kukaa mahali akifikiria ati Sifuna anakufa kwa sababu ya kukua katika nafasi yoyote ya uongozi. Nafasi zote za uongozi, iwe ndani ya chama cha ODM ama ndani ya taifa la Kenya, zinapeanwa na wananchi wa Kenya. Sifuna was not born to be the SG of ODM forever. Munanielewa? Tunapatana vizuri? Nimesema na nataka nirudie, sio lazima Sifuna awe katibu mkuu wa chama cha ODM. Ndani ya chama kuna vijana wengi ambao wanaweza kufanya hii kazi. Lakini ukitaka kureplace Sifuna kama katibu mkuu wa chama, wewe fuata katiba ya chama, itisha NDC ile Karoli amesema, ambayo kila mtu anaenda kwa debe, walete candidate wao alafu wakutane na mimi, si ndio? Tunataka hii watu walinda mwananchi. Tutakuwa na lineup yetu kuanzia kwa party leader. Tuna party leader ama hatuna? Munamjua hamumjui? Tunataka nafasi ya mwenyekiti wa chama cha ODM, pia watu walinda mwananchi. Tuko na candidate wetu wa chairperson wa chama cha ODM. Tupatane na hawa wakora ambao wamechukua pesa ya William Ruto kuuza chama cha Mheshimiwa Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Tuone ni nani atashinda. Hii ukora ambayo wanafanya Ngong Road ya kupeana nafasi kupitia mlango wa nyuma, hakuna mwanachama wa ODM ambaye anatambua ile vitu imefanyika kule Ngong Road.
Kiistoenge logoiwechon ketokyinige agoi county nebo Nairobi ole kaimuch kondochi en betutab raini President William Ruto tuyet noton nebo commissionaek ak ambassador chito 19 en betutab raini ko oret agenge nemoche keng'ololchin kibagenge ole kiwendi kewekundo tilyandit nemie en komoswek cheterchin en emotinwekab sang. Kotinygei ak President William Ruto komwa kole serikalit nenyinet nebo Kenya Kwanza kotesetai koker kole kabit tilyandit nemie en emotinwekab sang. Missing emotinwek choton che en tai kokimokomi tilyandit nemie en emotinwek choton. Kamwa President William Ruto kole kandoik tugul chekikikwai koik kiyogik en emotinwek cheterchin konyolu kwamda tilyandit nemie en emetab Kenya ak emotinwek choton chekokiyokto ichek kobo konam boroinwek en yoton. En komostanyin komwa Musalia Mudavadi kole tesetai ine koker kole kabit kibagenge ak tetutik tugul chebo serikalitab Kenya Kwanza ak serikalit nebo emoni kokakimuch kiamda en oret neitaat en ichek chekokiyokto koba emotinwekab sang.
I want to appreciate that Kenya today approaches this engagement with the world from a position of far greater strength than was the case 3 years ago. By any credible measure, whether economic stability, fiscal discipline, our institutional resilience, the direction is unmistakable. Kenya is not only steady, but it is also on the rise. Consider, for instance, our sovereign debt position. 36 months ago, Kenya was counted among 6 African countries widely projected to default on their foreign debt obligations. 5 of those countries defaulted. Kenya did not. This is not by chance or luck. It was the outcome of deliberate and often difficult policy choices. We undertook necessary reforms by rationalizing expenditure, streamlining our budget, and making tough decisions, including the removal of unsustainable consumption subsidies. Today, Kenya stands as the 6th largest economy in Africa, with a GDP of approximately $136 billion, and continues to register a steady annual growth rate of about 5%. The shilling, which was once in steep decline, has stabilized and remained steady against the dollar for the last 2 years at around 129 shillings to a dollar. We have also enhanced our foreign exchange reserves that stood at 2.5 months of import cover in 2022. Now we are at 7.5 months of import cover. We have moved our foreign exchange reserves from $5.7 billion to $14.6 billion this year. And in another couple of months, we should be anywhere around $16 billion. The recent upgrade of Kenya's sovereign rating by Standard & Poor's is another clear and credible affirmation of the confidence that global markets have in the direction we have taken.
His Excellency the President, our nation's chief diplomat, and to interact with leadership across all arms of government. Therefore, as the representatives of our President abroad, you will receive briefs and updates on key developments in the country. Furthermore, I encourage you to share your experiences with one another in the spirit of collegiality and the collective good of our country. Notably, the conference takes place at the time of remarkable foreign policy achievements under the administration of His Excellency President William Ruto. Kenya has elevated its role in regional and global peace and security, enhanced participation in multilateral fora, advanced its niche diplomacy in climate change action, and diversified bilateral partnerships that continue to unlock development opportunities for our country. Your Excellency, through our foreign policy, we continue to advance your administration's plan by negotiating and concluding bilateral agreements that support the following pillars of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. First, the agricultural transformation. The Kenya-China Early Harvest Agreement, concluded in March 2026, grants duty-free, quota-free access for 98% of Kenyan agricultural products into the Chinese market.
And more about service provision and about explaining why we do what we do in the way we do it to the people. We're working with young people through the Kenya Model United Nations program, as well as our diplomacy machinani to be able to advance that imperative. Your Excellency, that's how we are retooling our current toolbox, and it is our persuasion that with that and with your inspired leadership in the manner in which you have positioned our country, Your Excellency, our diplomacy will stand even more elevated. Allow me with those few words, Your Excellency. Advance that imperative. Your Excellency, that's how we are retooling our current toolbox, and it is our persuasion that with that and with your inspired leadership in the manner in which you have positioned our country, Your Excellency, our diplomacy will stand even more elevated. Allow me with those few words, Your Excellency.
Wananchi wa Huruma oye! Vijana oye! Mnataka kujiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Ndiposa kesho 2020
kwa ujio wako hapa, habari tumeipata kama tumechelewa.
Kutufahamisha mapema sisi kama bunge, na ni aibu sana bunge kubwa kama hii tunapata kiongozi mkubwa wa nchi kama wewe una Sasa tupatane MC mwingine nafasi.
Yangu kubali kuja hapa kwa uwanja uchukue kura, ndio 2027 tuchukue hata nyinyi muwanie, si ndio? Asante sana.
Asante sana mwenzangu. Mwende hapa ng'ambo Eldoret, kila pahali tumepita, wananchi wanaelewa ya kwamba kitu ambao kinataka kuangamisha nchi yetu ni ufisadi. Ule wizi wa mali ya umma umepita kiasi, na tusiposimamisha hiyo, Kenya yetu itaangamia. Mumeona wale ambao mumesoma kwa magazeti, juzi tunasikia 11 bilioni imepotea na SHA. Kutoka hapa ikakuja ikawa ni 50 bilioni. Tumeendelea leo, sikiza vijana, leo yale ambao tumeona kwa gazeti ni 6 billion ambaye imepotea kupitia kwa e-citizen. E-citizen ni mtandao umetengenezwa na serikali. Ndio sababu nasema
serikali ya sasa inaibia watu yake pesa, inaibia wananchi mali yao, sababu ile mitandao ambao inatengeneza yao yenyewe ndio conduit ambayo inachukua pesa. SHA yenyewe ni wao wamekuja nayo, na sasa ni e-citizen. Hiyo sio mambo mimi nasema Maraga, hiyo ni mambo Auditor General amesema. Kwa hivyo
chitapuleta pale nchini logoiwek choton chebunu county nebo Uasin Gishu ko choton chekakoite let en logoiwek choton chokitetun en betutab raini. Ako amache amwaun kit age tugul nemie producer en betutab raini ko noton Alan Kipchirchir. Chito ngamiten kamera ko Lesantro Korir. Amache amwaun betut nemie nebo Jumamos. Kikurenon Kibet Korir.
Nenyon TV, Kimii Gaa.
Kibarastewagen aragenet akobo meetab Anthony Rotich nebo kokwetab Kaptalationy en warditab Kapkesiara en sub-county nebo Bureti en Kericho County nekikisiche en kenyitab 1961 en Kaptalationy en Kesiara. Ko lakwet nebo chekikosirto Chepnyalul Ruto ak Juliana Ruto chebo kokwetab Kaptalationy en Roret. Ko maning'otiotab Nancy Rotich